So because we're at home, I thought I'd try and tackle parts of the home garden. Now this is the corner right next to our lounge door. We have this huge rose and it's beautiful. It's got sort of dark pinky red roses, and I've got hydrangea, which is one of the climbing varieties. I'm trying to think what type it is. Petiolaris. It's been here for a few years now, and it's gripped really beautifully to the wall, which is what I wanted it to do. I don't know if you can see. So I've got to get control of this ivy. My little hanging basket. These are bluebells. But the aim for today is, you see this rose, it's really old rose, and it's growing up the wall and around the soil pipe and in between all of the hydrangea. So what I'm going to try and do is get it to grow up this wall. So yesterday Mr. Man very kindly put all these screws in for me, and I've attached wires to it which sort of go in triangles up the wall right the way to the top of the lounge door. So I'm hoping to get that all trained in today. So I'm going to give it a go, and if what I plan to do works, then I'll show you how to do it on the rose on the other side of the garden later. So in the end it didn't take me too long. I've been a bit ruthless. So now instead of like 5 stems for the rose, I've got 3, and they're all trained. So when I was first, sorry about the wind. When I was first looking at how to train climbing roses, I discovered I don't know what it's actually called, but the Sissinghurst method, which is how they grow roses at Sissinghurst Castle, which is a town probably about an hour away from me. And what they do is they train the stem up but then curve it over, and all of the tiny little buds go upwards. So you see, like these ones, they're curved over and they all end up shooting upwards. And not only does that mean that the rose carries on going straight up the wall where you want it to, but also you can, like this stem for example, it stays here but it goes all the way up over, and then it comes all the way back down as well. So you can, in theory, get roses all over a section of wall instead of just at the top. So I've got my choisia here, which looks like it's about to go into flower. I think this is called an Aztec pearl. They're very pretty, like really light pink flowers, and it's absolutely covered in them this year. Now I've put in a stake. It's in very deep actually. Mr. Man gave it a good old hammer, and that is now pulled up, and that will cover the bare stalks that I have for the rose. And I've just trimmed in the hydrangea so that it doesn't bother our next door neighbour. So yeah, that's one bed. I'll show you how I trim and train the roses on the other side, but that'll probably be another day now when it's a bit warmer. So yeah, just come back. All nice and neat and tidy, ready for the summer. Right, so we're a couple of days later now, and I'm hoping that it's not going to rain. But this is the second rose that I want to try and tame. As you can see, it's quite bushy. Now I've already hacked at it once, to get out the things which were absolutely massive and out of control. They went all the way up to virtually the first floor windows, so they were quite impressive. This rose is beautiful. It's like double blossomed, and it's bright red, and like I said before, I've trained it in the method that from what I understand they do at Sissinghurst Castle to try and get the blooms to come further down. Now, I first heard of it when I was watching a Sarah Raven video, so it might be worth having a Google and seeing what you can find on it, but I'm going to show you how I do it on this plant here. Right, let me flip you around, get you a bit closer, and then I can show you what I'm going to do. Now, this rosebush shares a bed with my mint, which smells amazing now that it's all coming back to life. Now you can see that I've got a main stem here, and it sort of splits a little bit, but the main one goes all the way up here, around there, and then bends. And this partner, I want to keep that for the minute, just to see if a new stem comes up this year, but for the moment this one will do me fine. So I've got that stem, and then I've got another one at the back here which seems to come off the back of it. So you can see from last year where I trained it down and round, and this time I'm hoping to fill this bit because yeah, it's a bit dull at the minute. So let me just zoom you in. Oh look, I've already got some buds coming. Make sure we don't lose those. Yeah, I'll try and focus on one bit and show you how I'm going to train it all. Right. First things first, need to cut off any dead, diseased or dying pieces of wood. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to work on this little section. I think try and do it small chunks at a time and get one part looking how I want it to. Right, so first of all I'm going to cut off the dead wood. Right, I just want to show you how I'm cutting this. So you see at the end I've got some old dead broken branch. Now what you want to do is not necessarily go back to the very last leaf, but you want to find the next bud. Can you see it there? And cut back to that. So now I've got a nice clean cut, I've got my leaf, but I've got a little bud. Now it will grow from that bud. No problem. So you want to cut just above it. Let me show you some other buds so you see what they look like. So this is probably one of the better examples that I can find. It's a twig that looks like it's not doing very much. A couple of thorns. Right at the very end it's got this little bud. But then can you see up here as well? That's a tiny little bud. Just there. Excuse the state of my nails, I've been doing seedlings. But that will spring into life and send out a new shoot. Can you see there's another one just there? And there. So that's what you want to cut above. So roses will take a jolly good hacking. They come back from most things, as long as you don't do it in the middle of summer when they're flowering. They don't tend to like that very much. But this time of year is perfect because look, they're trying desperately to come back to life. All these tiny little buds, and they're all going to produce leaves. Right, let's actually get cutting now. So this one is the one that I've just did. Ouch. The idea is to put the rose stem under tension. So it's bent downwards. it's held in place by these little fuzzy green things. I've got these because I want to try and reuse them again. I'm fed up of wasting string, and I'm hoping I can reuse them. I got them from, I think it was Home Bargains. They seem to be doing the job at the minute, we will see. So yeah, it bends over, comes all the way down, and then I've tied it again down near the bottom just to make sure it's secure. Now I know all the leaves and everything are pointing down at the minute, but it won't take them long to right themselves. So you can see all of these stems, they're all curved upwards and down to try and put them under tension and make the flower stems, all of it shoots upwards that way. You end up with lots of lovely roses. I mean, these look beautiful last year. I've got quite a lot to get tied in, so I'm going to set the camera up and hopefully you'll be able to see sort of what I'm doing. Right, that's one side done. Can you see how they, I don't know if you can see this one, how it goes up and over, and they all go sort of up and over, and it covers the wall really well. So obviously at the moment it's not in full leaf, it's certainly not in flower, though it is starting to get a few buds, but once it's in full leaf and it's really going in the middle of summer, that should cover the wall lovely. I mean, the mint easily gets that high, which means that it's completely covered. Got to try and tackle this lot now. Let's crack on. So my battery ran out and it's starting to rain, so I just thought I'd finish off by showing you what I've done to just see how it looks when it's finished. Right, let me flip you around and I'll show it to you. So this is it. Doesn't look that much at the moment because, as I say, obviously it's not in full leaf. Got my thornless blackberry going over the little shed, and then I've managed to get the roses to come all the way down to this bottom bit where I've curled it over, so I've got really good coverage of the wall. It's just this bit down here that's a little bit barer, but it will slowly fill in as I do it each year. So that's it, one big rose trained up a wall. Well, thank you once again for watching. I hope you're all keeping safe in this very, very strange time. Yeah, but thank you again for watching my videos. If you want to see more like this one, and then subscribe to my channel, and I will keep putting them on for you. I just want to say hello to all of the new subscribers as well. It's lovely to see people joining in with my take on gardening and seeing how much I can grow, and trying to share with you what I've learned as well. I will see you on the next one. See you later. Bye.